Hello once again, Gundam Converge collectors. So we have an older one. This is EX16 of chassis AMAX7. It is called the Shamblo. And this came out in 2017. Let's see, legal stuff here, something there. Check what? A club website maybe? Oh, I like to see the stats here. We have 31 meters and like 200 tons. So that's 31 meters. That's like a 10-story building, right? So this is a big robot in the Gundam universe. Looks like it's brand new. You know, this gum for 2017, it actually looks perfect, but I'm not going to chew on that. Alright, so going to Gundam fandom here. It says it showed up in Mobile Suit Unicorn, that animation. And then here's the info on it. Amphibious mobile armor. And it has hovercraft and electromagnetic induction, jet propulsion, and it's just a giant vehicle, I guess. I did watch a YouTube video of the battle, which fought a Unicorn and a Delta Plus, which I do have figures of. These look like stand pieces. I think those claws might be rigid, so you probably don't want to just smash those from a far distance. Don't drop them too high. This must be the head in here. It's bubble wrapped and protected by cardboard, so that's nice. Oh, there's some spikes in here. You want to be careful removing this or you might break the spikes off. Yeah, see? It's like a fishing lure. And then it does have some instructions. Actually, let me get rid of this thing so we can look at some images. It also has these like drones that create a force field around it, and the head opens up and has a mega particle gun and blows away cities. Alright, so that's nice. That stands for the articulating arms. So, let's start with the head. It looks like a kingfisher or some sort of bird or a weird fish. But yeah, this is rigid plastic. It's not soft PVC. That'll definitely snap off just touching it the wrong way. You can see there's an eye in there. It's painted a pink metallic. It's I don't know if this thing comes apart. Yeah, it does. So there's the neck thing, and that reveals the fact that the neck, I think, is on a hinge. But it doesn't want to spin left or right, but it's already in a turned position, so it was just stuck paint. Alright, so you get some articulation there, and it looks like there's some white paint around here, like a filigree, like kind of like on a Sinanju or something. It's kind of neat. Does this mouth open? Yeah, so the mega particle gun gets exposed a little bit. Oh, not really. It doesn't really hinge. It's just, held in place by that peg. And actually, these come off too. So, if it bothers you, you might want to glue these together. But you could actually add some paint washes in there or something if you want. The side plates are kind of trapping this thing, because they're arced inwards. What's weird is the mega particle gun has no detail. It's just flat there, unless there's a piece maybe I add later. Alright, so back to this head, a lot of detail under there that you'd never see. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I can move this eye, so I want to open this up. is. Oh, there it is. It's really in there. Let's just see if I can push that thing left and right. Bearing in mind I don't want to break those two things off there. Yeah, it will move. Alright, so luckily I broke the paint on the first try, and so you can move that thing around. I like to have my stuff look off to the side. Alright, so a big, brittle, yeah. I think this whole thing is made of rigid plastic. This thing goes on the back of the head. Here, or how's it going here? Yeah, there's a T, and I see a T groove there, so. There we go. Whew. That's a sleek head, that's for sure. Alright, let's put that aside for now. Torso. It's such a small torso. But it's got that Zeonic logo there. It's raised, painted white. Very nice. And the body is this matte maroon. With some vent details there. I almost feel like this would be metallic. And a whole lot of details underneath here. Okay. So that's interesting. Like, this abdomen just floats up in the air, I guess. So what attaches to it? I see. I think this must go in here. So this tail section, I think it looks like it has missile launchers, or maybe that's where those force field things come out. And then the chassis code is there, and the Zeonic logo molded in, so that's really nice. More panel details, some venting. This skirt here reminds me of a hovercraft for sure. So these must create air, and then, you know, the skirt keeps it floating. As to why it has two screw drives, I'm not sure. Maybe that's for underwater propulsion or something, screw drives. And there's two pegs there. What goes up in those? Oh, maybe the arms? I don't know if I'm doing this right. I feel like this belongs here, but I think I'm supposed to put something in there first. Well, I know this goes on the back of the torso. So more, well, these are probably for those, like, drones, because it's on the top. So that goes here. And then there's a bunch of kind of lame details underneath. Alright. I guess these legs, where do these go? Oh, this is an arm, I think. I think that goes in here. Okay. It's such a weird robot. It's very strange. So, like, the bottom of the torso is like a foot. Anyways, unfortunately, this is a rectangle. It's not a round peg, so you can't articulate the shoulder. And this is all rigid. There's nothing moving on this. This is all rigid plastic. This one, though, I think is PVC, this part here. Nice thruster details, a different color of maroon here. And then why is this open? I guess it's supposed to be that way by nature. Okay, so that goes there. I guess nothing does go underneath there. Just... Alright, very strange looking so far. Oh, here's that mega particle gun. Oh, it has a blue recess there. It would have been cool if this is a separate piece and you can twist it or expand it, you know? But where does this go? I see, you can peg it there. And then that neck thing. Where's the bottom of this go? These instructions are not straightforward. I see. You can swap out. I'm going to swap this out later. Let's just see what it looks like in the closed position. So now this claw thing, it does articulate, I think. It looks like it would. Alright, so that claw articulates. Do these? Alright, that's nice. All three claws can move. And they have this gunmetal finish to them. The claws can overlap quite a bit. Like it would snap, like the jaws of life, you know? It would snap a robot in half. The rest, though, unfortunately, just seems totally rigid. So this thing goes, what, into the front of this foot. Like that. So the other one go over here. It's really tight. That one just... I want to snap the arm. Okay, so now it's clamming, digging for clams. Where does this thing go? I know that's the neck. These two alternate heads? Maybe that's what's going on. I see. So I think these are just different heads. One for the... Well, no, it says right and left. Their shoulders. Oh, they go here. Alright. Oh, it goes this way. Okay. So I see no reason why it came with these stands for the arms. The arms aren't heavy. It's really strange. I guess it's nice that they included them, but it doesn't even rest on this thing. Yeah, these were a complete waste of plastic, I think. They could have put this plastic into something else, like maybe a little figure or something different, or made the model bigger. This is supposed to support the head. Maybe that would make sense with the cannon down, so we'll keep that separate. Let's get the spin thing. I got the cam as low as I can get it. It's a really low-riding robot, or mobile armor, or whatever. The hovercraft thing is interesting. Yeah, alright. Let's see, here's the rule. Yeah, it's like 8.5 centimeters, or like 3 and 3/8 or something like that, as far as the horn's height. So the head, yeah, you can, well, yeah, I can turn it there. What's a shame is the lost articulation opportunities. Like, if this had a round peg, you could be able to twist those, but because they're not round, you can't do anything. So I guess it's nice that they got the head to move left and right. Alright, speaking of which, let's pop this head off and do it with the cannon. Oh, the big mega particle cannon thing. So I think I have to swap this out. So I'm gonna take this whole thing apart, move all these pieces over to the other one. So that's a big difference, right, in detail. I don't know if this is supposed to go in this way or the other way. Yeah, it is supposed to go this way. It looks like it's angled very high up, but maybe it'll end up like that. Yeah. Alright, so this is the side piece. And how did this come off? I see, like that. Like this. The bottom piece. Like that. The top of the head. Like this. Okay, and then the neck goes back in. Alright, let's see what that looks like coming around. Yeah, it definitely looks cooler, I think, with the cannon open. Or does it? I'm not sure. Maybe it definitely looks sleeker without the cannon open, but all the details on the cannon make it look pretty neat. Alright. So let's get a different vantage point. Again, I'm not sure why they even bothered with these clear stands to support the head and the legs. Unless maybe they're thinking the joints get really loose later. But right now it definitely doesn't need it. Okay, well I do have a unicorn here. This is number 163 in the Converge lineup. And they also have a Delta Plus, which is number 29 in the Converge lineup. So, on Gundam website, he complained about the same thing I'm going to complain about, is this general size of this. I mean, if this is a 30-meter tall robot, or like a 10-story building, this is a very small rendition of the Shamblo. I feel like it should be at least taller than a Converge robot, right? Maybe it should be 50% bigger. Well, then it'd be probably the size of this whole plate. So, but there are bigger Converges out there. So, yeah, this one they kind of failed, I think, as far as the size. Granted, there's never been a scale in Converge. So I am going to try to plop this one up here, because it's still one of my favorites. It is the Nightingale. So, if I had to guess, and please correct me if I'm wrong, I'm going to guess the Shamblo is bigger than the Nightingale in the Gundam universe. But here, the Nightingale is much taller, right? So, but I could be totally wrong. I obviously added a lot of detail to this. Okay, well, it's a really interesting looking robot. I mean, I was so thrown off by just putting it together, because the anatomy of this thing is just really strange, right? The front legs have the hands attached to them, and I guess those are shoulders. Yeah, it's just different, you know. And the bottom of the abdomen is like a foot, so yeah, it's a really strange one, but it's cool. I like it. All right, well, thanks for watching today, and I'll see you in the next Converge video.